Welcome back to the Football Terrace. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm joined by my guy, Gal from EGTV. How are you, my friend?
Yo, I'm doing good, Terry. Football's back. International break's
Yes,
over. I'm gassed.
I know. I can't wait. And of course, we've got the big Friday night show tonight live on the Football Terrace, where we're going to be previewing and going into great detail for all the big six and their clashes this weekend. But it's going to be an interesting show. This, of course, we're powered today by FanTeam. You can check out their website. The link is in the description below. The best place on the planet to play fantasy football, if that's your game. Of course, we've got a season-long game we're playing, but also the chance to enter a weekly competition this week. And I've set up a little mini league, actually. And in this mini league this week, I'm going to be giving, it's free to enter this week, and I'm going to be giving away £100. £100 for somebody to win. So I'm very, very excited about that. Really looking forward to giving that away. And we'll go into that in a little bit more detail later. But the big breaking news today is Rashford returns. He's back for Dr. Marcus Rashford is back for United. How important, I know you've been very scathing of Man United in terms of what they're going to create, what they're going to do. How do you think Rashford is going to impact the team? How much of a benefit do you think that's going to be?
Rashford being one of your most important goal scorers before Cristiano Ronaldo came in and Sancho and these guys came in. He's integral to the way you guys play. He's integral to that left side of your attack, and just having him back adds another element, another match winner, another person that people like to say has individual moments of brilliance that will help you carry you guys over the line. And that's what you guys have been missing at times. Another person who can just take the game by the scruff of the neck. And Rashford's one of those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. He is. And he's such a talent. And I think the balance has been missing at Manchester United for such a long time. There's been no balance. There's been no... for years now in the attack, we've been so heavily weighted on the left. And even since Sancho's arrived, he's been predominantly used on the left because Rashford's been out and Martial's not been in form. So to get him back is going to be absolutely massive. And when you kind of look at some of the injury problems other teams have got, or player personnel problems other teams have got this weekend, a great opportunity. A great opportunity for
Do you think he'll start right away? Because I think he'll get eased back in, right?
I think he might get used straight away. To be fair, I think he'll get. I think he'll feature. He may not start the game, but he's definitely going to play. He's absolutely loved. He's absolutely loved and adored by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's pretty much straight back in that team as far as I can see.
There you go. There you go. I personally think a lot of people disrespect him. His goal output has been in the level of Son and Mane, but they don't put him in that category yet because he's young, he's English, and he plays for Manchester United. So people are going to make fun of Manchester United players a little bit more than others.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, look, the Sancho not hitting form and United not being at the races yet, I kind of, to a degree, like, the banter that comes with it, I'm so used to it. Like I said to Jess on the Wednesday show that we do, I'm not that worried. I'm not that fussed. I'm not that concerned. People are going to always throw salt at Man United players. Even if Sancho scores 20 goals and assists 20 goals this year, they'll be looking to put it down. So that they'll find out. Look at Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes, in the time he's been in the section of the Premier League he's been in, barring trophies, which we know are important, in terms of individual performance, goals and assists, no midfielder has ever done what he has done in that time period. It's a fact. But yet he still get ridiculed. So therefore, do I really care about the exaggerated ridicule of a new signing like Jadon Sancho, 6 games, 7 games in, and he's already being written off? Not really. It just doesn't bother me personally, mate.
Yeah, it's just fun in games sometimes. Banter is banter, but hey, you gotta get through that sometimes and see what they actually become.
Absolutely. Daniel here, actually, the super chat says Trashford is back, is what he's saying there. Bro, that's actually quite funny. That is actually quite funny, referring to him there as Trafford. I know I've got a few signal problems, so I have no idea why the Wi-Fi where I am is meant to be much better than it is, but it's not plugged in, so I've got time to sort that out right now. So there we go. But he's on his way back. In other news today, Alisson and Fabinho are going to be missing for Liverpool. Because of this whole sort of debacle with international football. I believe I've read that they're flying straight from Brazil to Spain for I think it's Spain for Liverpool's next Champions League game. What kind of impact do you think that's going to have on Liverpool's team this weekend?
Honestly, if they're facing another team, I think it would have a bigger impact. But the fact that they're going to be facing Watford, and they tend to turn Watford over, I think it's not going to be that big of a deal. It's more that they're upset that Alisson didn't even feature in the Brazil game last night, but he still was there and he didn't even play. So that's what more is funny, and it's like they miss out on two of their best players. But hey, what are you going to do? These things happen, and they're just going to have to move on. They're going to have them for the Champions League, and they're going to have them fresh for the next week when they face better opposition.
Yeah, no, I absolutely hear you. Just do one favor, KJ. Could you do me a favor? Could you see if we can get one of these leads for the router that I can plug in here? Because the Wi-Fi stabilization is beyond awful. I don't even know where it is. I don't know if any of them are even connected. If they're not, then they're right bad. But anyway, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying to get the connection a little bit better.
Manchester United plays them next, so.
But Liverpool, yeah. I mean, Liverpool in great form, and if I look at the situation with Liverpool right now, like, I'm happy that this has happened to them, because anything that could maybe weaken them to make them drop points is going to be crucial. Anyone whose teams have hopes of them being in the title race needs Liverpool to drop points. And if this is an opportunity for them to drop points and their team's being weakened, then it needs to be jumped on 110%. 110%.
I think this is the closest title race we've had in a long time, and it could go down to the wire with 3 teams this year. That's how.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it could be. Kieran here says Curtis Jones out too, got injured versus Andorra's under-20s. Thiago out. He was supposed to be back after international break. So yeah, even more team news coming out there, which is damaging for them. I mean, Liverpool should still be winning, but it could be really, really tough for them. It could, but we'll see what happens there. Viewers, what do you think in relation to that? Obviously, Jurgen Klopp's kind of taken a lot of shots today as well. Like you pointed out earlier, sort of having a pop at Southgate as well, where he said, "This is a tweet you sent me from Neil Jones." It says, "Not a subtle dig, not so subtle dig from Klopp to Southgate over Joe Gomez England exclusion." Yeah, he doesn't seem a happy boy at the minute, Jurgen Klopp.
Listen, Joe Gomez is a great center back. He's a great defender. But currently in his career, where he's at, John Stone has won the league consistently numerous times, being part of that Manchester City team. He's done well for England, being part of the World Cup team and the Euros team. What gives Klopp the right to say Joe Gomez should be starting over him, and shouting and basically saying because John Stones doesn't start for his team week in, week out, you're picking him over Joe Gomez, who also doesn't start for his team week in, week out. So if they both don't start for their teams, but one guy has been there, done that, I think Gareth Southgate has his right to pick John Stones over Joe Gomez. And currently for me, I would rather have John Stones. Everybody in the comments would probably rather have John Stones. Who's going to really pick Joe Gomez over John Stones right now?
Yeah, I kind of... Just the way it is, though, international. I don't even necessarily think the Joe Gomez thing is the big issue. I think it's the Joe Gomez thing coupled with the Trent Alexander-Arnold thing, playing him in midfield, and all that jazz. I think it's like a combination of all them things that have led to that. In my mind, Tyrone Mings. Over Gomez. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with it, though. I would say that. But I don't know. I don't know what... The thing is with Southgate, the problem is with Gareth Southgate, like I've said so many times before, is as much as everyone slags Southgate off, barring Sir Alf Ramsey, who won the World Cup, he's the most successful England manager since, or the second most successful England manager ever. So... I am at a point where I'm like, you may not enjoy his football, you may not think he's the most dynamic or the most amazing manager, but it does come a point where the guy's winning. That is a lie. He's not winning. He's winning the majority of games, and he's gaining success. Yes, he hasn't won the tournament, but do you know what? Not only one team can win the tournament every couple of years, right? Only one team in 4 years can win the World Cup. One team in 4 years can win the Euros. You're not failing if you're not winning those tournaments, because it's, do you get what I mean? It isn't like the Premier League or the Champions League, which is a yearly occurrence. It happens every 4 years. So I do find the criticism of Southgate now, it's becoming a little bit boring. It's like, how can you keep criticizing a manager that's got to a semi-final and a final, like of the international tournament? I think that's crazy, really.
You also have to look at it from this way. He was literally one goal away from one goal conceded away from getting to a final of a World Cup. And you also have to look at it. He was a couple penalties away from winning the Euros. So if you spin it in that way, you can basically say he was so close on the cusp. Maybe the next tournament, if you guys win it, you'll be like, what were we talking about, making fun of him? But if he loses again, then it gives the people who wanted him out, they get their opportunity. But guess what? Be careful what you wish for, because you might get rid of Southgate and you might get somebody else in who sets you back and messes up the whole team's ether.
And that's the point I'm making. Like, at the end of the day, like, a lot of people, Chris here says he didn't win though, did he? He still lost. He did. But international football is different from club football. And I think you only sack a manager at international level if your team is regressing. That's the only time. I mean, generally speaking, normal football is only if they're regressing or if the progression isn't quick enough. But England have done very, very well. And we might get a more fashionable manager, a more attractive manager. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee at all that that's going to mean more success for England. And we've kind of seen that in the past, if we're being honest. But comment here says it's arrogance from Klopp to say to Southgate it's arrogance from Klopp to say that to Southgate, he has his choice. Yeah, I get defending. I do get Klopp's point of view, and he's defending his players. I do understand that. Viewers, what did you think? Do me a favor. Smash that like button for us now. I'm not too sure why the connection is so bad today. We've got some of the best internet. I don't even know where the lead's gone to plug it directly into my computer. And Javern's not here to pull it out for me. So there we go.
Terry, you know what I think it is? I think it's what you said about Trent playing in midfield. That's like giving a kid sweets that when the parents have told him not to give that person sweets. That's what they've done. Because Trent, I think he always wanted to play in the midfield. Now that he's gotten used to playing as right back, if Klopp sees the international manager playing him as a midfielder, he might start causing trouble.
Yeah, no, I totally get where you're coming from. Why have we got 23 dislikes on the video today? What have we said that's upset so many people today? I don't understand. What are you guys all unhappy about? I've never seen that many dislikes on a video before. What's going on?
It's probably bots.
My word, I've never seen so many people unhappy. It's just jumped up by another 10 people. What's going on? It's up to like 40 dislikes. What's going on?
Hit the likes, people. Come on.
I can't believe it. Wow. I actually can't believe it. But there we go. There we go. Let us know what you think. Let me know what you feel. What does it say here? You can put Phil Jones next to Virgil van Dijk and those stats will be exactly the same, is what Kieran says here. Thoughts on Sterling saying he's open to leave City and play abroad? Yeah, what's your take on that, Igal?
I think Sterling's just unhappy that he's not getting the game time that he wants. He was expecting to be the main guy over there at Man City on the wing positions, and that's why he's throwing his toys at the Prem.
Someone here says, why lose on the headline? It's just for one game. Clickbait. No, Liverpool have lost Alisson and Fabinho this weekend. Oh, how's that clickbait? It's the truth. It's a fact. And that's why you're unhappy. It's you don't want to see. What will change it? We'll say, how can we change it to be positive for Liverpool? Liverpool hard done by Brazil. Yeah, international football does Liverpool dirty. Should we do that? Does that make you feel better? There we go. Okay, that's what we changed it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. The sensitivity. It's like we've done something wrong. It's like
people are saying ego tax.
I can't be that, mate. You're on loads of our streams. Yeah, but I mean, yeah. In terms of Raheem Sterling, though, yeah. What's your take? Like, how do you feel about it?
As I said, Terry, I think Raheem Sterling is definitely looking to move on since he didn't get the game time that he wanted. And I think the Champions League final was the beginning of the end for him. He wanted, I think that's when he started to think, I'm going to move on.
Mm. Yeah, no, I absolutely hear what you're saying. I think he's got. I look at it this way. Generally speaking, footballers want to play football. And if he isn't getting the game time, if he isn't getting the love and the respect, he obviously, I think he'll also be feeling like he knows that things are coming to an end. They're coming to the end of a cycle. So I'm not overtly surprised. I'm not overtly surprised if I'm being honest. Leslie, what's Leslie Bell here saying? Leslie Bell says Sterling to Chelsea, keep dreaming. Is what Leslie Bell's got to say.
He's
Liverpool
linked to
hate him.
Liverpool.
Yeah, can you see Sterling going back to Liverpool?
I honestly don't see him coming to London. I think he might go to Newcastle as like their first big money signing or something.
What? Newcastle?
Look, at this point, he's won all the trophies that he needs to win. He's won everything barring the Champions League and the Europa League, right? He's done everything that you need to do in top football. Maybe he gets that big money move and he's the first big fish that Newcastle signed.
That's a big take. I just don't see him. He can't go Newcastle straight away. He can't. There's no Champions League. You really think he'd go to a club with no Champions League football?
Okay, I get that point. I get that point of things. But at the moment, you have to look at it this way. He said on the record that he wouldn't mind going back to. He doesn't mind that his child is a Liverpool fan. He's also said he wouldn't like to live in London because it's more of a distraction for him than it would be a help because of all the family and friends that he'd be surrounded with. So I don't know if he'd want to come to Arsenal or Chelsea. And if he wants to go abroad, he can go abroad. He has his options of Barcelona and these clubs that are after him. But if Newcastle were to come in and they were willing to offer him the money, he might do that. I'm just saying, it could be the first big signing that they get. He could be their Fabinho, as somebody said in the comment section right now.
It's an interesting one. But the difference is, though, I do still think, and I could end up being wrong here, but I do still think when it comes to this Raheem Sterling thing, this Newcastle thing, people are not listening to the experts. Fans are allowed to have opinions, but an opinion isn't worth more than a fact. And the financial experts that keep saying to people, they're going to spend some money, maybe £200 million on players. That it isn't like when Chelsea and City first started spending £200 million all those years ago. £200 million in 2003 and £200 million in 2009 could get you 5, 6, 7 top class players. It gets you 3 now at a push, maybe 4 if you're lucky. Do you get where I'm coming from? That isn't enough, and I do feel like the signings like Raheem Sterling's, I just think it's 2 years or so too early, in my opinion. Personally, I think that. Maria Williams here says, I think he'll go abroad, is what she thinks there. What else is being said here? Chelsea fan says Chelsea don't want him anyway.
That's true.
What are we saying here? Can you talk about Neymar's performance last night? I don't watch it. I don't know. 399 career goals, 70 international goals, second all time, and 51 assists. First all time for Brazil. This man is disrespected, is what Stephen thinks. Do you think he's disrespected?
I think everybody in world football nowadays is a little bit disrespected in the social media era, man. Everyone has their people that they like. Everyone has their people that they don't like. I feel like Neymar is still up there with the best in the world at the moment. He's just under that category with Cristiano and Messi.
I kind of feel like, if I'm being honest, I sort of feel like, do you know what I've noticed? I think he suffers from the fact that his biggest supporters have tried to put him on a par with the Messis and Ronaldos. And what you'll find happens, it's a bit like with me with Eden Hazard. My whole agenda against Eden Hazard was never about Eden Hazard. It was Hazard fanboys telling me he was on like Messi's level and Ronaldo's level. That bothered me. So I probably spent too much time not putting him down, but it was like showing reasons why he wasn't on that level. And then people twisted that into, you don't rate Eden Hazard. It's no, I rate Eden Hazard as being one of the very best wingers the Premier League's ever seen. There's a time and a period where he was one of the best football players in the world, but don't over egg it. I think Neymar is top class. It's a bit like, the Benzema's, the Neymars, the Lewandowski's, they're top class. When you talk about them as some of the best attackers and strikers around, I think people listen. It's when it goes into the realms of like one of the greatest ever. It's almost like the problem is I don't think he's done enough to be in that category yet. I think there's a level above that he's got to go. And I think one of the things that Neymar hasn't done domestically has been the out and out star of he hasn't been the Messi, the Ronaldo, the Ronaldinho, the Zidane, the Ryan Giggs, the Thierry Henry, the talisman of a team and of a club. So, it's one of the, that's why I would say he gets a little bit of
And he also had the title, Terry. He had the name as a youngster as the next great this, that. And the way he left Barcelona left bad taste in the people who were gassing him and bigging him up. His biggest fans ended up becoming his biggest detractors. And that doesn't help when public opinion, when one of the biggest clubs in Barcelona, biggest fan bases in the world, start hating on you because of the way you left them. It's going to have a ripple effect on your public opinion.
Yeah, he also again, yeah, you're right. And what also happens, someone here says it's nothing to do with wanting to be the top guy. Well, I think it is. I think Neymar wanted a legacy, and I think one of the reasons that he left Barcelona was to be the star and the talisman. It hasn't quite happened for him. I do believe that's true, and there's nothing wrong with that either. By the way, that for me actually is the sign, is elite mentality. That is a sign of somebody that wants to be at the very, very tip top of what they're doing, at the peak of their powers. That for me is a very, very positive sign. It's what I want to see from elite level athletes, them wanting to be the best, leading the line, being that individual. It's a massive, massive thing for me. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. It's huge. Absolutely a positive thing. It's just, again, people in there saying he's rubbish. Like, he ain't rubbish. That's just stupidity. It's just stupidity.
I think what it is, Terry, is Mbappe being in his team and being such a big part of that team. And also the fact that people seem like he doesn't care as much about the sport and he has other things going on. Neymar is somebody who takes time off to go see his his sister's birthday party at the end of the year. He always gets injured every year. He's now the second fiddle to Mbappe. He was second fiddle to Messi. He's never been the main guy, and he was touted to be the next Messi. So that is the main issue with the whole Neymar thing. I still think he's a great player. I think he's one of the best players in the world. It's just he's not the best in his team every year. Let's be honest. That's the main issue. And he hasn't done it consistently internationally.
Well, I think he's obviously, he's got a lot of international. Neymar hasn't done it internationally.
No, like, you have to win the major honors internationally also. He's won the Copa America, but he's never won the World Cup.
Yeah, so I think, again, I can't speak for Brazilian people about how they feel about him, but it's one of those things. It's a bit like Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney won't be remembered historically for England in the same way Sir Jeff Hurst is, or Sir Bobby Charlton, Alan Ball, Bobby Moore, Sir Bobby Moore, because those guys won the World Cup with England. So he might have like a record none of them have. But it's if Harry Kane breaks Rooney's record but doesn't win anything, again, a striker that scored 20 goals for England but won the World Cup is going to be maybe remembered in a more favourable way. And I think that's the thing that, again, Neymar needs from an international standpoint in terms of Brazilian legacy, because of how many times they've won the World Cup. He has to win the World Cup to be on a level playing field, which is why, what I said about how good are individual players? Again, greatness and how good somebody are two very different debates. Legacy debates and GOAT debates are very different from how good an individual footballer you were. Neymar could be the greatest ever individual football player. If he doesn't win the trophies and accolades that go with it, he'll never have the same legacy as R9's, as Rivaldo's, as Pele's, as the great Brazilian players, you know, and it's why I talk about winning trophies is what really matters, because it's you being part of driving a team towards winning trophies that resonates with fans. You know, celebrating. Think about it like, I don't know, if this season Ronaldo scored 40 league goals, but we win nothing, I will to a degree forget about it, because that's not what you're here for. You know, so I think that's very, very true. So yeah, it's a great point on there. But yeah, I do get the disrespect that people feel that I do understand that people feel that he gets kind of disrespected and not given the same kind of accolades that other people do. Viewers, we're going to talk to Tchouaméni a little bit later on the show today, and he's this kind of link out of nowhere really to Manchester United that's come up. Want your thoughts and want your feelings on that. Please make sure you've smashed that like button for us. Of course, the big news today that due to the international break and how late the South American players are coming back, Alisson and Fabinho will not feature for Liverpool's 12:30 kickoff against Watford tomorrow. Rashford is returning and looks like he's back for Manchester United. We're going to go into more previews tonight on Friday night on the terrace, so make sure you're tuning in this evening. It's going to be an excellent show indeed. But what we're going to now do is introduce you to today's sponsors. I spoke to you about them a few months ago now. FanTeam, one of the best producers of fantasy football there is around. And we've got a very special offer for you this week. We've created a Football Terrace mini league. And it's a mini league for one weekend. So they do something on their website, which is referred to as a weekly monster. So you have the yearly game that you can play with FanTeam, which I'm in now. I'm not in a very good position actually, and I will I'll share that all with you a little bit later. I was going to put up on the screen as you can see here. This is what we're looking at today. So there's a link in the description and pinned into the live comment feature. But this is the weekly monster. But there's also the link takes you through, and you can click on the Football Terrace Game Week. It's free to enter for you. And the winner this weekend in our mini league will win £100. We're going to give away £100 this weekend to the person that thinks they can win. And it won't cost you a single penny to get involved. All you need to do is click on the link and then pick your team. And as you can see here, this is my team that I've picked as of right now for this weekend. The only game that isn't included is a 12:30 game tomorrow. It doesn't include that game. It's all other 9 games. I'm the only person in this league right now, as you can see. So I'm the only person that's entered it right now. That is my team. Igal, what do you think of it?
Who's your strikers, by the way? Oh, you got Lukaku and Vardy. Yeah. That's a good team. Knowing that the Liverpool game can't be in, because who are you going to captain? That's the question I got to ask.
I've gone for Lukaku. I've gone for Lukaku as my captain this weekend.
There you go. Yeah, that should be a really good team right there. Damari Gray's been killing it. Phil Foden's been doing good. Definitely agree with that team. Cancelo absolutely revolutionizing that team, the way he's playing. Absolutely love the Cancelo pick.
Yeah, it's decent. The only one I'm not actually happy with is Long. I might actually. I don't know why I chose Long.
Go with the Brighton double up. Get a Brighton defender.
I'm going to change that. That's a mistake, ladies and gentlemen. I've clicked on the wrong. I'm looking at it again. Why is he in my team? I'm going to change that round a little bit later. So I'm going to get that changed before it gets submitted in, as you can see. So there's a little bit of time. But if you click on the link below, you can enter that. What you also can see, and I'm going to do it now. If I scroll to the top, this is my. I'm not doing very well in this, to be fair, but I've got to change this as well this week. I haven't done my update. This is the weekly one, but this is the big prize pool here. I don't know if any of you are still in this. 200 grand is the top prize. 200,000 pounds is the top prize. You might even still be able to catch them up. You know, if you fancy it and you really fancy yourself, this is their big £1 million prize pool giveaway. £20 buy-in it is. That's my team as it stands right now. Vardy's ready to go this weekend. I'm going to look to take Martinez out and switch him round. I'm going to make some changes to that before things kick off. But that's my team for this weekend. Yeah, maybe a bit of Ramsdale going in there would be good. But Vardy's now my captain because he's in absolutely scintillating form. So there's 2 different game options. But the one we're really wanting you to do this week is join the Football Terrace Game Week. Get your team picked. Enter my league. The link to do that is all in the description below. It's free to enter. And as you can see, the winner will win £100. Cash in their back pocket this weekend. It's all for you. give it a go. I know Gal's going to be getting involved in that as well. So yeah, get that done when you're finished. When you finish watching this stream, I say all the links are below, and go from there. How's your fantasy team doing?
Terry, my team's currently doing a little bit better. I think I'm on 450 points or something like that. So I'm just a little bit. I'm a little bit ahead of you, but not that much.
A little bit. Yeah, I mean the year-long one here. I mean, where's the full league? So you're on about 450.
Something, yeah.
It's still very tight. I mean, that's going to be. I'll try. How far have I got to click back to find it? I'm still a way to go. There's a lot of people in this league now. Yeah, it's quite a way back. I can't find it. That's a long way to go still. But as you can see, get yourself involved. There's still a good sort of 15 to 20,000 places in there. If you're someone who fancies himself as a bit of a fantasy football gamer, get yourself involved and get that done. But as I say, this weekend, the one-off game, free of charge to enter. Go and get that done.
If you want, I can show you my screen right now.
Yeah. This is your team as well, bro. This is your team.
Here we go. So yeah, I'm on 52 points, 0.7. As you can see, I'm 15,000 ranked out of that league. I currently have Ramsdale and a bunch of other guys.
Okay.
You have to have Mo Salah in your team. I know the Liverpool thing won't let you have Mo Salah, but you got to get him in your team. Man.
Yeah. Do you know what? I should have put him in my team. Do you know what's crazy, right? I kind of didn't. I sort of messed up, really. In the sense of like Mo Salah and Jamie Vardy were two players that everybody told me not to pick. You in the top 10,000, man like David in the top 10,000, they're doing his thing. Well done, mate. Well done. Yeah, it's one of them things for me where I sort of feel like if you focus on it and you enjoy fantasy football, FanTeam is the right way around to do these things and the right way around to go. Someone said, no United players. Yeah, I do. Look, Bruno Fernandes is in that team because he scores and gets assists on such a regular basis. It would be crazy to get it done. And remember, if you do enter if you're in the season long pool, if you finish the season in the top, I think you got the top 3 right now. I'm still on it now. I've got to check out like top 500 positions. You win money. Top 500 positions, you're winning money. You're winning 100 quid back. So if you fancy yourself, actually, it's even more than that right now. I think the top, people are still winning money. They're in the top 600. So yeah, there's lots of money to be won on there. If you fancy giving it a go. So there we go. Links in the description. Get that done. All right, viewers, we want some of your comments now. Get your super chats in, member chats in as well. We want to hear from you right about now. What are people saying? What are we seeing? By the way, don't have any Man United defenders in there. That would be crazy. That would be a crazy decision.
With all the injuries you have, are you concerned? Be honest.
Yeah, like concerned is probably not the right. Yeah, I am concerned. With the way we're leaking. I'm concerned because we're leaking goals. And we've then lost. I don't know. I haven't seen all the official team news out of Manchester United yet, but yeah, I'm concerned. Especially with the form that Jamie Vardy's in as well.
There you go.
You weigh those two things up. Yeah, but as I said, I take each game as it comes as an example. Just looking at the team news now for Man United, and we know that Varane is officially out. Rashford doubtful, Maguire doubtful. Cavani and obviously Fred out because of the travel situations as well. So again, Cavani that's what's really disappointing me this year. Like Cavani's missed so much early football for Man United. But you then look at Leicester. Leicester, of course, Fofana's out, James Justin is out, Ndidi's out, and Johnny Evans is out as well. So yeah, there's lots to be. Everyone's. I mean, it kind of balances itself out a little bit. And Maguire is out. It's been confirmed that Maguire is out. So, yeah.
Ooh, that's going to be a big blow, man. 2 year center backs out against a team that has Jamie Vardy, who's one of the most informed strikers. Definitely going to be goals in that game. Definitely going to be goals.
Yeah, I can't see it. I can't see there not being. I can't see there not being myself. I 110% think there will be in that game. But yeah, I think it's been confirmed that he's out. Paul Rossi says, I think United might struggle against Leicester. Paul, I don't think you're wrong there, mate. Like I think most Man United fans have definitely got that concern. We actually look though, Gal, at the games this weekend as an example. Like just to get your take on this, Watford versus Liverpool. Who are you picking to win?
It's gonna be an easy game for Liverpool, even with their players out. I think Watford are just not good enough to take it to Liverpool. I think Liverpool are gonna wipe the floor with them, and Klopp is ruthless. So once they have a lead, he keeps going for more. I think Liverpool are gonna walk out of there with a clean sheet and 3 goals.
I hear you on that. Watford, Brighton.
Say it again.
Sorry. I meant the wrong. No, sorry. Leicester, Man United. What's your prediction?
Leicester, Man United. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. I think it's going to be high scoring. I think it's going to be a game where Manchester United are behind and they come back and they draw the game.
Okay. City, Burnley.
Ooh, Terry, City, Burnley, over the past 3 games, I think they've played, it's been at Burnley, it's been 5-0. So I think it's just going to be another wipe the floor with them. And especially after a draw, City tend to take teams like Burnley for as a joke, and they're going to wipe the floor with them. I think it's going to be a high scoring game once again, maybe 3 to 4-0.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. Brentford, Chelsea.
This is an interesting one. Rudiger's out now, I heard. Rudiger's supposedly out. That changes things because he's one of their best defenders. I don't think they're going to have a clean sheet anymore. I think they're definitely going to concede. The question is, does Brentford still have that new bounce in the Premier League, and can they take it to Chelsea? I think this game is going to be a close. Especially Chelsea fans keep complaining about Anthony Taylor. I'm thinking this game is going to be a lot closer than everyone thinks, and it could be 1-1 draw or 2-1 win for Chelsea. I don't think it's going to be as easy as people think it is going into the season. Brentford's a tough game.
Yeah, no, it's going to. I'm really excited about that one tomorrow at 5:30, and then Newcastle, Tottenham.
Oh, give it to Newcastle. Newcastle, the energy stadium's going to be full. Tottenham are going to lose this game. And I generally think the best Tottenham are going to get out of this game is a draw, because that's a new atmosphere. They just got a new owner. Spurs are in a difficult situation right now because they're going against a team. Forget about a manager bounce. There's something called the new owner bounce, Terry. And we're going to find out about that because Newcastle having a new owner, that whole stadium is going to be rocking. Newcastle is going to have to win that game for the fans, for the new owners, for the whole city. Everyone's going to be up for that game. Spurs don't know what they're about to get into.
There we go. And finally, Palace, Arsenal. What are you saying?
Palace, Arsenal. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win, or two. Actually, yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. I think we might concede a goal, and I think we're going to we're just going to get out of there. It's going to be a tight win. I said 2-0 easy on the Bet Victor show, but I'll rehash it. I'll go 2-1, and I think we're going to win though. Arsenal's going to win. I can guarantee you that. We're going to win this game.
There we go. Listen, Igal, thank you very much for joining me today. Our friends over at FanTeam, thank you very much for powering the show for us today. Make sure you go and check out the mini league with their weekly monster that we've set up. It's free to enter for you this week. Join the Football Terrace League. The winner this weekend will win £100. When you set your account, the £100 will be credited straight to your account. So go and get that done after this stream. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again